Back with another Pepper Lane review. This one is Sweet Heat. This one has sugar, vinegar, jalapenos, habanero, sweet red peppers, and of course fruit pectin. Yes, I like spicy. Again, if you don't have this in your area, check out pepperlane.com. So this is going to be even spicier than the last one we tried. I'm just going to put it on a spoon, and then we'll see how it tastes. I'm going to put it on a raised bagel. That one's good. I like it even better than the Peppercot, because this one's got more heat to it. This one has more heat than the last one did, obviously because it's all peppers with vinegar and sugar. And this one will be really good. Like I said, like the Cannon's Sweet Hot. I don't know if you can still get that anymore. But as I said, a friend of mine, one of her friends, had put that on cream cheese. So basically, try this one or the Peppercot. You want to be fancy. I love that. Clear my sinuses. You put a little bit of cream cheese, or brie. Put it with crackers. Or you can put it with cream cheese and put it on a bagel. I don't have any cream cheese, so I'm just going to put mine with peanut butter. Excuse me. No, I do not have any nasty viruses. Like I said, this jelly is just preserves, rather, is clearing out my sinuses. And that, for me, that's a good sign that it's hot enough. If it drains my sinuses. If it burns my mouth a little bit, that's okay too. As long as it has flavor with the heat. And that was part of the problem I had with the spicy Bloody Mary, was it was more heat than flavor. However, I did find that after it sat in the fridge for a couple of days, the heat kind of soaked into the tomato a little bit more, and it wasn't quite as kick you in the head. So there's always that. Oh, there's my bagel. Oh yes. The music festival I went to, yes, I did enjoy it. It was fun. But, like, being the dork that I am, when I heard Old School Chopper, I expected choppers. I'll know better next time. And my apologies. The owner of the bar did say that people were bashing her, which isn't cool. And I would hope that I'm not considered one of the ones who was bashing her, because I didn't really say anything inflammatory. But I will apologize, Dory, if you thought I was bashing you. I wasn't trying to bash you. I was just, it was fun, but I wasn't quite as impressed as I thought I would be. It didn't, to me, it didn't match the hype, but that's okay. You do have to have hype, and you have to have some hyperbole to get people interested. Now that they're interested, next year will be different. So we'll see what happens. I did enjoy the show. The Ground Beneath was cool. not, you know, I walked in and like I posted on my Instagram, that was like, blow your face off. You can't hear yourself think. You could barely hear me talking. And I'm like, yes, I've been waiting for this. Most of the rest of the bands, the rest of the evening were people that usually come to open mic night. Which is okay, but it just sort of settled down into the evening, and it was more like a regular night at Dory's. So my apologies to Dory. I wasn't trying to be mean. And if any of you were, if there were any of you trolls that were trying to be mean and try to be evil, that's not cool. There's the difference between giving an honest review and being a dick. I had to say it. I'm sorry. That being said, it was fun. I couldn't find the karaoke though. I think it was buried all the way in the back in the corner somewhere. But I didn't meet the 2-drink minimum anyway, so I couldn't do that. She did have a brew that was really good. Gothic Dark, of course, I had to have that. I was only able to get one at $7 a glass. It was a little bit dear, and I only had $10 I could spend, so I was good the rest of the night. But yeah, aside from the fact that it kind of became more a normal night at the bar, was the main thing, you know, and it didn't quite have the hype. It was nice to see a lot of cars there. I was really happy for Dory to see the cars. It's like the parking lot was full. So that was a good thing. She did raise money for autism awareness, and it's the point. And hopefully this will become a yearly thing, and she'll be able to do it every year. So be looking for that on Facebook from now on. Next year, about this time, everything willing, perhaps Dory will have another one, and maybe it'll be an even bigger, bigger blowout. And hopefully, I will have the day off, like I really would have liked to have done this time, so I could see. Maybe there were motorcycles. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. I'll have to find out next time. If she has it again next year, I will go again. Hopefully I'll have the day off, or maybe I can take the day of vacation off and be able to spend the whole day. Another thing I want to do next year is the Oddities and Curiosity Market I didn't get to go to this year. I want to do that next year as well, hopefully. But that's all a year from now. It's only spring and I'm talking about next year already. But anyway, that's my review of Sweet Heat by Pepper Lane, and a brief review and apology to Miss Dory. Come check my channel out. Don't forget to hit the notification bell if you want to see more oddballness. Yes, that's not even a word. I don't care. More, from me, my buddy here. I have not gotten the items from Elvia yet. She was going to stop by sometime this weekend. I have not seen her, but Saturday I was home all evening, and she didn't stop by. Sunday, obviously, I was at work, and then I went straight to the music festival from work and stayed till about around 7 o'clock. So I stayed for a couple of hours. They were open. That was ongoing till about midnight. But obviously I couldn't stay. I was hungry because I hadn't eaten since lunch. So I had to go home and get something to eat. And I really didn't want to stay till midnight because I had to be at work the next day. So, but she didn't stop by either day. Or maybe she did. She might have stopped by while I wasn't there. That's entirely possible. So I do have items coming from Albia. I just don't know when at this point. The one Tuesday, I would have, like I said, I could have possibly gone. I had thought about it. And yes, I could have coasted all the way down to her street, past Gibson, which doesn't mean anything if you don't live here, and gotten there and picked up the items and then left. But after thinking, like I said, after thinking about it, I may or may not have been able to make it home with what little gas I had in the car. I would have been stranded somewhere, and I may or may not have been quite as fortunate as I was when my car stalled out in traffic on the way home from work one day, where a police officer was nice enough to give me $5 worth of gas. That may or may not have happened, so I could have been quite possibly stranded with no money and no way to get I wouldn't have been able to afford a tow truck or gas in the car. I would have had the swag, possibly, but I wouldn't have been able to get home to show it to you. So there's that. And then this weekend just basically didn't happen for whatever reason. I might have missed her. So as soon as I am not lying, I will be getting things from Elvia. I just have to figure out how to get them. So coordination is key. We haven't coordinated on that yet. So be looking forward to that. As soon as I do get the items, I will show them here. Also, once again, the money I had saved for Stephanie Whitley's bat that she's making for me had to get spent. Why? Because our store is almost out of toilet paper. So I had to make an extra one, which I normally don't like to do between paychecks, to get toilet paper and cat litter and cat food and some soaps. We were almost out of Mrs. Myers and almost out of toilet paper. The cat food and the cat litter was there. Apparently people aren't quite as worried about feeding their pets, although people were buying I did notice that people were buying large bags of pet food. So the smaller bags like I get for my cat, because she's pretty frugal with her food. She might empty the dish, she might not. So 3.5 pounds for one cat goes for several weeks. And I already had one bag I'd bought the last time I went to the grocery store, so I got another bag. So she's got about 2 and maybe a third. So she's got about 7-8 pounds of cat food. Plus I got another jug of litter, so we're set, hopefully, until the paranoia calms down. But yes, I had to spend close to $50 to make sure that Skitty and I had cleaning things and items for going to the bathroom because of the paranoia that's hitting. For those who do live in states where this virus is a problem, stay safe. Don't get paranoid. Just wash your hands, stay clean, and do what you normally would do for any other virus, as far as I can tell. Just stay clean. And if you have it, don't go out if you can help it. If you're sick, stay home. If you feel the need, if you have anxiety and you're worried about getting sick, well, then by all means, if that's best for you, then please, for your mental health, stay home. However, for those of you people having a collective panic attack, please don't buy everything out, because those of us who aren't as frightened still need to live too. You don't want to catch the virus, right? So we need to stay clean to help you not get sick, okay? Just saying. So on that note, I'll see you guys next time. Don't track and drive. Let the other monsters drive the hearse. I will have Halloween coming soon because spring is here, which means soon I will be going Halloween shopping. Again, probably not quite as much because I'm trying to save money. I am going to put my tax refund in savings toward a house. I'm going to try to work with HomeWise, and hopefully HomeWise will be able to help me in a year or so to be able to get the house. We are going to get a house. Somehow, some way, we are going to have a house. I'm just not making a definitive promise. That's my goal. My goal is to get a house. And I have to basically pay off my credit card again and not use it for in between emergency trips. And I didn't use my credit card for that, by the way. I had tried to use it a few days ago. I didn't have enough paid on it, so I ended up using my debit, which is why I ended up spending the money that was supposed to be from Miss Whitley. So I've got to save that back up. Anyway, so I'm going to try and save my tax refund this year, my tax refund next year, and next year's PTO cash out will go in the pot with the refunds so we can have the down payment for the house. Now all I have to do is just get my credit score up a few more points. We're at 575. We need to be at 690. We're close, not close enough. So that needs to be a thing. So, and I have 2 classes to take. One I can do online, and one I have to do on a Saturday. So I will try my best to work on my end of the deal, and hopefully they will continue to work on their end of the deal, and hopefully soon, within a year or so, by the time I'm 59, almost 60, hopefully we will have a house. So I'm going to stop rambling. I was going to end this a few minutes ago. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.